So today we're going to talk about something that's close to my heart when it comes to supporting families affected by disability, and that is supporting siblings. As many of you know, my brother Brian has autism and an intellectual disability, and he is the inspiration behind Wonderful Works. So I'm very excited today to share how we can support the whole family. Thanks for being here. When it comes to families with complex needs, churches often strive to support parents and their children with disabilities, and that is awesome. But how often do we as a church overlook the rest of the family? Brothers and sisters of children with disabilities are an important part of their family dynamic, and they should be an important part of their church families too. But too often their needs are overlooked or forgotten. And that is definitely not awesome. Which is why we ask families affected by disability, when it comes to supporting siblings, what would you like the church to know? Disability in the church. 3 ways to support siblings. Number 1. The number one thing we heard from parents was this: don't make siblings feel responsible. Let's face it, when it comes to supporting students with disabilities, oftentimes churches are short on trained volunteers or buddies, which may make it seem like asking a sibling to help would be a great idea. After all, who knows the student better than their brother or sister? But you know what's not so great? Asking a child to have the responsibilities that should go to an adult. Even though siblings may know the best way to care for a student with a disability, when they're at church, they should be able to just be at church, like all the rest of the kids. Their focus should be on soaking up the gospel and making friends, not feeling responsible to make sure that their brother or sister is taken care of. So even though asking a sibling for advice or even asking them to be their buddy may feel harmless and convenient, it's not. Instead, if you need advice, ask their parents. If you need a buddy, give that blessing to another church member. Remember that sometimes the most loving thing that you can do for a child is to just let them be a child. Number 2, allow siblings to be honest, even when it's not what you want to hear. So I want to share some honest talk from my own experience. One of the best ways to support siblings is to not make assumptions about how they feel. Too often, well-meaning people assume the siblings only have positive feelings about their brothers or sisters with a disability. They may even tell them what a blessing it is or what a blessing they are. And this can put a lot of pressure on siblings to push down or hide any complicated or negative emotions that they might have. The truth is, having a sibling who has a disability does bring a lot of great things to your life. And a lot of times, people with siblings grow up to be extra compassionate. But it's also true that having a sibling with a disability is hard. And sometimes it's really hard. And from my own life experience, when I have shared those feelings that were difficult, I have sometimes been told that I shouldn't feel that way, or that I shouldn't say those things. And it is only when other people have stood up to say, no, she can feel the way she feels, and she can say what she needs to say, and we're going to listen, that I realized how very badly I needed permission to be able to do that. So if you truly want to support siblings, then be a listener, not a lecturer. And consider hosting a disability sibling support group at your church. Letting people be honest, even when it's tough, is one of the most loving things that we can do. Thanks for listening. Number 3, be the church. The truth is, when one child in the family has significant needs, parents often need to give most of their attention to that child, especially during a time of crisis. This is no one's fault. It's just one of the ways that raising a child with a serious disability can be difficult. However, it can sometimes lead to siblings feeling overlooked and parents feeling guilty for not being able to be everywhere at once. But there's one more thing that this is. It's an opportunity for the church to be the church. When you see a family struggling to balance all the things, be the hands and feet of Christ and offer to help in tangible ways, especially when it comes to supporting siblings. Here's a few ideas. Drop off and pick them up from activities so they don't have to miss them even if their brother or sister has an important appointment at the same time. Take them out to do something fun. Send a sibling care package. Go to their games, recitals, and other events when their parents can't. Give them a chance to feel seen by asking about their activities, dreams, and interests. Never forget that church is the place to learn the gospel and that life is the place to live it out. Well, I think we learned a lot about how the church can support siblings, but there's one more thing before you go. Make sure that families can keep coming to your church by intentionally investing in disability ministry and accessibility. Because if a child who has a disability is not able to be part of your church, their siblings won't be either. Disability ministry supports the whole family, and that is definitely awesome. Thanks for watching, and remember, if you like our videos, please like and subscribe and share with others. We'll see you next time.